Hey, it's Christina with Tinagirl Travels, and we are on a very, very bumpy road on our way up to ride our bikes on the Myra Canyon Trestles near Kelowna. So I'm going to show you what it looks like up here. I'm going to show you the road on the way up, and we're going to have a really great day. All right, so let's have a look on Google Maps where the Myra Canyon Trestles are actually located. So here's the lower mission area of Kelowna, and this area over here is considered East Kelowna. So you're looking for McCullough Road, and from McCullough Road, you'll be turning right onto the Myra Forest Service Road. It looks like it's in the middle of nowhere, but there will be signage as you approach. The service road is pretty hard to miss. Let's quickly have a look at it from street level, and as you can see, it looks like a fairly nondescript road. From around this turnoff, though, you'll get a chance to see Kelowna's famous Layer Cake Mountain. So you'll want to keep your eyes open for that. It's really cool. Once you've wiggled your way up the mountainside for about 8 kilometers, you'll come to the parking lot and you'll pass the bike rentals, and let's have a quick look at that. All right, enough of that dusty washboard road. So as you approach the parking lot, the first thing you're going to see is the bike rental. They strongly recommend reserving your bikes online, so I'll add a link to their website below in my description. They have a variety of biking gear to rent, including bikes for kids. They have trailers and tag-alongs, and of course adult bikes, and they all come with helmets. So this year they'll be open from May 7th to October 12th, 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5:30, and a bit longer hours in the summer and on weekends, so check out their website. As you can see, there's plenty of parking, and we've been up here many times and never had trouble finding a place to park, but make sure you lock up your vehicle if you're going on a hike or a bike ride. You'll find outhouse style washrooms here and about halfway along the path and at the other end where we'll be turning around. So I'm going to show you a map here in a second because you can actually access the trail from the other end. Let's have a look at that. Okay, here we are at Myra Canyon. This is the parking lot that we're sitting in right now. And our first trestle is actually number 18. So we're counting backwards, 18, 17, 16. And then there's a tunnel here that we're going to be going through, which is really cool. You can access this from June Springs Road as well. And this is the other parking lot over here. And it's a bit of a lot. There's 2 trestles right away, but then it's a longer distance to trestle number 3. So if you're going on a walk or whatever, you might want to go the other directions because you'll see more trestles in a shorter distance. And you'll also be able to go through a tunnel on that end within walking distance, which is really fun. You don't need any special kind of bike to ride this trail. I'm riding my Tim Hortons roll up the rim cruiser bike with only 5 speeds, so it's perfect for this trail. And in this picture, you can actually see my GoPro Hero 8 mounted on the front fender. I'm going to use that to capture some great footage. Let's have a look. The ride that we're doing today is about 12 kilometers from parking lot to parking lot. We'll be traveling over 18 trestles and going through 2 tunnels. We did this ride in early September, and that's just such a beautiful time of year to go on a bike ride here. Just remember that you're up fairly high with very little shade. So in the summer, it can get very hot up here. Make sure to bring snacks and water and take your time riding here. It's just so beautiful. We're riding today with Keith's cousin and her husband who have come up here from Vancouver. They do this bike ride every year. In fact, 75,000 people enjoy this trail yearly. So you can imagine how devastated we all were in 2003 when we had the firestorm rip through Kelowna, destroying 14 of the 18 trestles. We could actually see them being burned up with huge plumes of black smoke, and it was awful. But thankfully, they have been rebuilt to exact specifications for all of us to enjoy free of charge. It's just amazing. So I want to talk about safety here. A lot of work has gone into providing a safe experience up here for people, but every time I come up here, I can't help but notice some areas that are still very dangerous. There are steep cliffs and rock ledges to be aware of, and keep that in mind when you're bringing your kids up here, as there actually have been some fatalities. That being said, the trail is wide and flat. Passing someone is not an issue. If you meet someone on a trestle, one person pulls off to the side while the other passes. It's really no big deal. Just enjoy your day and be careful. Okay, let's continue on our way. I need to mention that you can actually ride your bike all the way from the parking lot at Myra Canyon, where we started, to Naramata, overlooking Okanagan Lake near Penticton. So the ride will take you about 6 or 7 hours depending on how often you stop, and it's about 70 kilometers, pretty much downhill all the way. It's a ride that many people do, and when you get to Naramata, you can enjoy the scenic ride through all the vineyards. Naramata is one of the most condensed wine regions of the valley, and it's the backdrop of so many movies that are being filmed here in the Okanagan region. So starting our ride from the side that we did, you'll see the most spectacular views of the Okanagan Valley overlooking Kelowna. If you start from the June Spring side, which is where we're headed right now on this bike trip, you will be riding actually through this more forested area, which is nicer on a really hot day. From this end, keep an eye out on the right-hand side of the trail for the old stone ovens that were used for baking bread for the railway crews while the railroad was being built in the early 1900s. We're coming to the parking lot off of June Springs Road. Here you'll find a couple of outhouses, and as you can see, there's parking, but far less parking than on the other side. We're going to be turning around at this point and heading back over the 18 trestles and through the 2 tunnels, in order this time, starting with trestle number 1. There are several places to stop along the way with markers or plaques, and it's very interesting to read all about the history and how the trestles and tunnels were built. There's information about the fire and rebuilding, and there's also information about birds and the plants and the wildlife that you'll come across at various times of the year. Make sure to bring a camera of some sort. You'll want to take tons of pictures. Bring a snack and plenty of water, as this trail can get really hot, which I mentioned before. It'll take you about 30 minutes to drive from downtown Kelowna to the parking lot on the Myra Canyon Forest Road. I hope you enjoyed my video today on Tinagirl Travels. I know I have lots of viewers from all over the world. Please leave me a message below of where you're watching my video from. I find that very interesting. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and give my video a thumbs up. I've got some great videos coming up, and thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you next time on Tinagirl Travels.